Hello and welcome to the Learn English Lab. I'm Mike, and I'm joined today by Sarah, our travel expert.
It's great to be here.
We're diving deep into something we all face packing for a trip. Whether it's a quick weekend getaway or a month exploring a new country, packing can be, a bit of a challenge.
Oh, it definitely can. And it's something that I think a lot of people stress about. They want to make sure they have everything they need, but they also don't want to overpack.
Right. You don't want to end up with a suitcase that weighs more than you do. So today we're going to share some tips and tricks to help you pack like a pro.
Yes. From planning your outfits to choosing the right luggage, we've got you covered.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. I have to admit, I used to be pretty terrible at packing. I just kind of throw everything in my suitcase and hope for the best.
Oh, I think we've all been there.
But I've learned over the years that having a good packing list can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. It keeps you organized and helps you avoid overpacking. So how do you create this packing masterpiece? Well, start by considering your destination, the length of your stay, and the activities you have planned.
So, for example, if you're going hiking, you'll need to pack different clothes than if you're going to the beach.
Exactly. Once you have a clear picture of your trip, start listing out everything you'll need, from clothing and toiletries to electronics and medications.
This is where I tend to get carried away. I start thinking about all the what-if scenarios and end up packing for every possible situation.
I know it's easy to overpack, but here's a pro tip. Lay out all the clothes you think you'll need, then put half of them back.
Seriously. Half.
Trust me, you'd be surprised how much you can get away with. And remember, you can always do laundry on your trip if you need to.
That's a good point. And layering is key, right? Instead of packing a bulky sweater, I could bring a few lighter layers that can be mixed and matched depending on the weather.
Absolutely. It's all about versatility.
Okay, so we've got our clothing strategy down. What about toiletries, shoes, gadgets, all those things we tend to overpack?
Let's start with toiletries. Travel-size bottles are your best friend, especially if you're carrying on your luggage.
If you also use those reusable travel containers to decant your favorite product.
Exactly. And if you're looking for the ultimate in compact and leak-proof toiletries, check out solid options like shampoo bars and conditioner bars.
I've seen those popping up everywhere. They seem pretty cool.
They are. They're perfect for travel. Now, for shoes, I'll admit, I'm a shoe addict.
Who isn't?
But when it comes to packing, you have to be strategic.
So how do we choose wisely?
Think versatile and multifunctional. A pair of comfortable walking shoes that can also be dressed up for dinner is a must-have.
Good point. And wear your heaviest pair during travel to save luggage space.
Smart. That frees up so much room. Don't forget shoe bags to keep your shoes separate from your clothes and prevent dirt and scuffs.
Those are essential. Now, what about all those other items that tend to clutter up our suitcases? Gadgets, books, all the random stuff.
This is where we need to be ruthless. Ask yourself, do I really need this item on this trip? If the answer isn't a resounding yes, leave it at home.
Less is more?
Precisely. Packing light is the key to stress-free travel. And remember, you can always buy essentials at your destination if you realize you've forgotten something.
Okay, so we've got our packing list dialed in. We're thinking strategically about our wardrobe, and we're embracing the less is more philosophy. What's next?
Luggage choosing the right bag is crucial.
But there are so many options out there. How do we know which one is right for us?
It depends on your travel style and the type of trip you're taking. Backpacking through Europe, a durable and ergonomic backpack is your best bet. Jetting off to a business meeting. A sleek, hard-shell suitcase is the way to go.
And speaking of travel, we have to talk about airline baggage policies. Those fees can add up quickly.
Absolutely. Know the size and weight restrictions for your airline to avoid any surprises at the airport.
I learned that the hard way once. It wasn't pretty.
Then they're packing your essentials, plus at least one complete outfit in your carry-on is a golden rule.
So if your checked luggage gets lost, you'll still have everything you need.
Exactly. It's all about peace of mind.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground packing lists, luggage choice, strategic packing techniques. I'm starting to feel like a packing pro already.
Me too. But we've got even more tips and tricks to share.
Like what?
Well, we'll have to save those for after a quick break. We were talking about packing like pros and how to really make the most of our luggage space.
Yeah, like those packing cubes you mentioned. I've seen them around, but never really understood the hype.
Oh, they're amazing. Seriously. I used to be a skeptic too, but once you go packing cube, you never go back. It's like having little drawers in your suitcase, so you can separate your clothes by a category like tops, bottoms, underwear, you name it.
So it's not just chucking things in and hoping for the best.
Exactly. It keeps everything so organized and makes it so much easier to find what you're looking for. Plus, it helps prevent wrinkles.
Okay, I'm sold packing cubes, it is. Now, what about when you're packing for a trip with different kinds of activities? Like, let's say I'm going somewhere where I'll be hiking during the day, but then might go out to a nice dinner at night. How do I pack for that without bringing my entire closet?
The classic multi-activity trip. It's all about choosing versatile pieces that can transition full day to night.
Okay, so like what? Give me an example.
Sure. Think about a pair of those convertible hiking pants that zip off into shorts. You can wear them on the trails during the day and then zip off the legs for a more casual look in the evening.
That's a great idea. I've never actually owned a pair of those. Maybe I should invest.
For top, look for things that can be dressed up or down with accessories, like a simple t-shirt can look totally different with a scarf or a statement necklace.
It's all about the accessories.
Right, accessories can totally transform an outfit without taking up much space in your luggage.
So I should pack a few scarves, some jewelry, maybe a hat.
Exactly, a little goes a long way.
This is making me think about another thing I always struggle with, packing for different weather conditions. What if it rains? What if it gets cold? What if it's super hot? Like, how do you prepare for everything?
Layering is your best friend in those situations.
So instead of packing a big bulky coat.
Right, instead of a big coat, bring a lightweight, waterproof shell that you can easily pack away if you don't need it, and a small foldable umbrella is always a good idea too.
So basically be prepared for anything.
Exactly, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Okay, all this talk about layering and accessories is making me realize there's so much more to packing than just the clothes themselves. What are some other things people often forget or don't think about?
A lot of people underestimate the importance of a good day pack.
Oh yeah, I used to think those were only for serious hikers.
Not at all. A day pack is so useful for any kind of trip, especially if you're exploring a city or going on day trips. It's so much easier than carrying your whole suitcase around with you.
I can definitely see that. Imagine trying to navigate a crowded market with a giant suitcase. Nope, not for me.
Exactly. A day pack gives you so much more freedom and flexibility.
All right, so we've got our clothes, our shoes, our accessories, our day pack. What about toiletries? Any tips for packing those?
Definitely. We touched on it earlier, but travel-size bottles are a must. And you can use those reusable travel containers to decant your favorite products.
Right, that way you don't have to bring the whole bottle.
And here's another tip for liquids. Always pack them in a clear, resealable plastic bag.
That's to prevent spills, right?
Exactly. You don't want your shampoo exploding all over your clothes.
Oh, that would be a nightmare. And speaking of toiletries, I've been seeing a lot about solid toiletries lately, like shampoo bars and conditioner bars. Have you tried those?
Oh, yeah, I love them. They're amazing for travel. They're leak-proof, compact, and they last forever.
Plus, they're more eco-friendly, right?
Yes, much better for the environment. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different aspects of packing, but I think one of the biggest takeaways is that it's not just about what you pack, it's also about how you pack it.
You mean like those packing techniques we discussed earlier?
Exactly, like rolling your clothes instead of folding them.
Which I still can't believe actually works.
It really does, and using packing cubes to keep everything organized and in its place.
As we're talking, I'm realizing that there are so many little things that can make a big difference when it comes to packing.
There are. It's all about being strategic and thinking ahead, and it's definitely a skill that takes practice.
Well, with all the tips we've covered today, I feel like I'm well on my way to becoming a packing pro.
Me too. I think we're ready to tackle any packing challenge that comes our way.
So much good stuff about packing. I mean, who knew there was so much to it?
It's more than just throwing things in a bag, that's for sure.
We've learned about everything from making a packing list to the magic of packing cubes. But let's recap. What are the biggest takeaways here? What do people really need to remember?
Okay, so first things first, plan ahead. Don't wait till the last minute to start packing. Think about your destination, what you'll be doing, and how long you'll be gone. Then make a list.
Yeah, that list is key. I used to think it was a waste of time, but it really does help you stay organized and make sure you don't forget anything important.
Once you have your list sorted, it's time to choose your luggage.
Now, this is where I always get stuck. There are just so many options.
Don't get overwhelmed, just think about your travel style. Are you going to be backpacking around Europe? Or maybe you're going on a cruise. Different trips call for different types of luggage.
Right, like a backpack versus a suitcase. And don't forget to check those airline baggage policies.
Oh yeah, those fees can really sneak up on you, so make sure you know the size and weight limits for your airline.
Okay, luggage sorted. What's next?
Now it's time to start packing. And remember, less is more. You probably don't need as much as you think you do.
I'm definitely guilty of overpacking. It's like I'm always worried I'm going to need something that I end up not even using.
It happens, but try laying out everything you want to pack and then putting half of it back. You'll be surprised at how much you can actually get away with.
And layering is your best friend.
Absolutely. Instead of packing a bunch of bulky items, bring lighter layers that you can mix and match.
Oh, and we can't forget about packing cubes.
Those things are amazing. They keep your suitcase so organized, and they help prevent wrinkles, too.
So I can just toss my clothes in there and not worry about them getting all crumpled.
Pretty much. It's a game changer.
All right, so we've talked about planning, choosing luggage packing, light layering, packing cubes. Is there anything else?
Just a few final tips. Remember to pack your liquids in a clear, resealable bag. And don't forget a laundry bag to keep your dirty clothes separate from your clean ones.
Oh, and wear your heaviest shoes on the plane to save space in your luggage.
Good one. And most importantly, don't stress too much about it. Packing should be fun. It's the start of your adventure.
That's a great way to put it. Sarah, this has been super helpful. I feel like I'm finally ready to tackle packing without all the anxiety.
Me too. I hope our listeners feel the same way.
Packing like a pro is definitely a skill that takes practice. But with the tips we've shared today, everyone can become a packing ninja in no time.
And remember, it's all about finding what works best for you.
Exactly. So experiment, have fun, and enjoy your travels. And that's it for this episode of the Learn English Lab. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more deep dives on all sorts of interesting topics. 22-1.